Ever since Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy came to power, we are seeing more and more incidents wherein people are trying to evoke hate.
With claims that Hindus and their beliefs are under threat under a Christian Chief Minister.
In September, when the Antarvedi temple chariot was destroyed in a fire, these claims found momentum. The people of Andhra Pradesh were flooded with a deluge of messages about destroyed temples and desecrated idols. This was one such message that went around in Guntur.
Atrocity in Guntur's Narsaraopeta. Unidentified miscreants have terribly damaged the Saraswati idol near Sringeri Shankara Mutt. They poured liquor on the idol and hit it with liquor bottles.
As it turned out, this was nowhere close to the truth.
2 సంవత్సరాల క్రితం వాళ్ళంతా బిల్డింగ్ పడేసినప్పుడే ఇది పగిలిపోయింది. కానీ సోషల్ మీడియాలో ఇది ఇప్పుడు పలగొట్టారని కొంతమంది అవమైన అపోహలతోటి సోషల్ మీడియాలో పెట్టారు. ఇదంతా అవాస్తవం.
We are presently in Varavakatta, located in Narsaraopeta in Guntur district of Andhra Pradesh. I am presently at the site where once the Saraswati idol stood. After the controversy broke out, the landowners decided to remove the idol from this particular pedestal once where it stood. The Antarvedi fire case, which remains unsolved, led to a campaign called Andhra Temples in Danger. A counter-campaign became necessary to tackle the hate through the same channels, Facebook, Twitter and WhatsApp.
Nowadays we have seen that how social media platform is really being used by everybody, almost everybody. And not to be left behind are various interested groups and political parties as well. If you don't respond in time, it really becomes viral and then it goes beyond, it makes it very difficult to contain.
Here in Srikakulam, another piece of false news was countered in the same platforms where it went viral.
This particular statue of God Anjaneya had stoked controversy in the month of October when miscreants took photos of this particular arm that was in fact damaged in Cyclone Titli 2 years ago in 2018 and put it out on social media.
The idol looks just like the scores of images of damaged idols, ripe for being given a story of violence and dishonor. But the story was nipped before it could cause much damage.
ఆ తిత్లీ తుఫాన్కి నా ఇంటి ముందర ఉన్న చెట్టు కూడాను కొమ్మలు విరిగిపోయి నా ఇంటి మీదను కూడా పడిపోయి నా ఇల్లు కూడా డ్యామేజ్ అయ్యింది. అలాగే ఆ కొమ్మలు విరిగిపోయి ఆంజనేయుడి విగ్రహం మీద పడిపోయి చాలా హంగామా జరిగిపోయింది సార్ అది.
However, the police quickly cracked down and found out the truth about this fake news, and in the same social media groups which he had posted, the same person who was found to be the BJP Mandal secretary, he himself apologized in the groups and said, this is fake news.
నేను తెలుసుకోకుండా నేను వేరే ఉద్దేశం భావించి అన్యద సమాచారాన్ని జోడించి నేను సమాచారం ఇవ్వడం అయింది.
But in most cases, we don't get to see an apology or retraction.
With misinformation on the rise, the police had to step up their vigilance.
After the Antarvedi incident for temple attacks, it has furthermore needed to increase the number, whether it is on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter or on YouTube. We will go to that source, immediately we will catch hold of that fellow. Ultimately, I want to say, whenever you post something, your digital signature is always there. Definitely we will come to your house and at your doorstep.
Many of the fake news are about very local temples, and police do indeed land at your doorstep often, very easily.
Nearby, in Echarla, a day after a provocative message went viral, the man responsible for it was arrested after police traced him through local WhatsApp groups.
On September 23rd, a message was circulated in around 7 groups. Altogether, around 800 plus members were told that people from a certain community had probably desecrated this particular idol.
During that time, the Antarvidhi incident that has happened in East Godavari has a ripple effect across the state. These kind of information could have flamed the sentiment of the public.
ఇది వర్షాభా ప్రభావంలో గాలి ఎక్కువ వేయడంలోను ఆ లోపలికి ఒక కర్ర చూడడంలోను రెండు దగ్గర చిన్న డ్యామేజ్ అయిందండి. చిన్నవే కదని మేము దానికి ఏం చేయలేదు. కానీ కొంతమంది ఎవరో పోస్టింగ్స్ చేసుకుని ఇచ్చేసుకున్నారు తప్ప ఇక్కడ రాజకీయ పరంగా కానీ క్యాస్ట్ పరంగా కానీ ఎటువంటి ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఇక్కడ లేవు సార్.
ఈ మధ్యకాలంలోనే నా మతం గురించి నా కులం గురించి కూడా మాట్లాడుతూ ఉన్నారు. బాధ అనిపిస్తుంది ఒక్కొక్కసారి ఇటువంటి మాటలు విన్నప్పుడు. ఇదే వేదిక మీద నుంచి చెప్పదలుచుకున్నా, నా మతం మానవత్వం అని చెప్పి ఈ వేదిక మీద నుంచి నేను చెప్పదలుచుకున్నా. నా కులం మాట నిలబెట్టుకునే కులం అని చెప్పి నేను ఈ వేదిక మీద నుంచి తెలియజేస్తాను.
Authorities in the state have made an effort to appear secular, but people's perceptions of an imminent threat to a particular religion continues. These claims are fueled with stories of forced religious conversions and attacks on temples.
We have always stated that we are a very secular government. We certainly believe in the separation of religion and state, and we want all religions to thrive. Obviously, there is definitely an attempt, we believe, by our opposition to take these and highlight them, to make them into something, like as if there is a coordinated effort to do something.
Taking on polarizing fake news isn't easy, but circumstances have called for the Andhra Pradesh police to find ways to deal with such incidents by tracing the source of such claims.
Believing is easy, but to prove it otherwise, it takes time for it to really push home the truth. We have reached a stage where something emerging, we are able to really very quickly contain it before it becomes viral.
Fake news travels much faster than the truth. In fact, it is entangled with the social and cultural context and the beliefs of the readers. This alarmism is only going to get louder with the by-elections coming up in Tirupati, which is known to be the hotbed of Hindutva fear-mongering. Now, it is up to the police, the state and the people to discern the truth and to fight against this hate.